The ANC Limpopo will today kick off its elective conference. The party's second biggest province in terms of membership is preparing to elect new leaders, with both slates throwing their weight behind President Cyril Ramaphosa for a second term. The conference will see longtime friends, now rivals, coming to battle for the chairperson position. Stan Matavata is seeking re-election for a third term in office, while Dr. Dixon Mosemela will like to return to the top five and lead it. Now, speaking to us is ANC Limpopo spokesperson, Mr. Donald Selamolela. Mr. Selamolela, very good morning. Thanks so much for speaking to us. With the conference just a few hours away, can we expect everything to go smoothly?
Morning, Hugo, and morning to our viewers on Newzroom Afrika. It is true that we are ready to start with our conference today, the 3rd of June. Hugo, we have done everything where we are seated to ascertain ourselves that the conference will run smoothly. We have done everything in our books. We are sure and certain that everything will go as planned. We have started registration 3 days back. We are currently finalizing the registration, and we are sure, Hugo, that by the close of in an hour or so, almost everyone would have got his tag so that we can start with the conference. We are scheduled to start, around 12 o'clock today. We are sure and quite sure that we'll be starting about that time.
Now, there has been talk that the province will endorse President Cyril Ramaphosa at this conference. Can we expect that to be the position of this elective conference?
Yeah, well, it is likely to be the position of this conference, because if you check, the majority of the regional structures that went to their conferences pronounced in no uncertain term that they would want President Ramaphosa to be re-elected for the second term. They want him to continue his good work on try his attempts and try leading the organization on the unity and renewal path. They have expressed themselves unreservedly to that particular effect, and I have no doubt that because they are going to represent majority of delegates in this conference, they are coming to this conference with specific regional resolutions. I can imagine that when this conference ends, that will be the pronouncement in terms of ascertaining that they really support President Ramaphosa for second term.
Now, how important are the outcomes of this conference, considering that Limpopo is now the second largest ANC province?
Look, Hugo, and the viewers of Newzroom Afrika and our people, this is a very, very important conference, not only in terms of numerics. It's also a very, very important conference because it comes just before the policy conference of the African National Congress, which is scheduled to take place in July. Now, you would know that that particular policy conference is going to adopt policies that are going to be ratified in December as the policies that will guide the African National Congress going forward. But it will also go a long way because the ANC is a ruling party. To a greater extent, its policies impact on the state. So these policies will go a long way in ruling South Africa from 2024 until 2029. So you can imagine the delegates coming here are not just going to elect leadership. They are coming here with the mandate of going to commissions to discuss policy positions and impress on those policy positions so that we have a policy regime in the African National Congress that is appreciative of the conditions that our people find in, but also it comes at a time when we are on a painful trajectory of renewal, where we have to do everything in our powers to ensure that we renew and we unite the African National Congress.
I'm glad you talk about renewal. What is that message of renewal that the delegates are being promised? Because obviously that has to be a big message that is being put across.
The renewal in our part is that first and foremost, the renewal of organizational structures and systems. you would know that we have been introducing new systems. This conference takes for the first time a provincial conference that takes place under a new membership system. You would remember that in the past we'll be accused that the branches have, there is a membership rigging and so forth. We have now moved a step ahead as part of the renewal trajectory. To ensure that we do things differently in terms of membership. But even beyond organizational processes, beyond membership, renewal also means that we need to do things in a different way in the eyes of our people, working side by side with our people, correcting the wrongs that we have done in the past. There are times when we have spoken to you in this channel and other channels where even the president has said, we appreciate and apologize for omissions that we have done in the past. And we need to get to do things differently now. And doing things differently also in the name of the organization is that we are, for instance, having an incident-free branch nominations that leading to this particular conference. Beyond that, we are also going to have an incident-free conference. We have certain about that. Our registration was smooth. This is some of the things that are critical. They may look small in their packages, but if you are to have a renewed African National Congress, a united African National Congress, is when even the basic of the basic are articulated and attended to the large.
Well, the step-aside resolution has obviously been a thorn in the side for many politicians in the ANC, and has also impacted the provincial treasurer.
Yes. You go?
Mr. Selamolela, can you hear me?
I can hear you. I'm missing a question there. You were speaking about the step aside and that it in fact affected the provincial treasurer.
Is this part of the renewal that the ANC is speaking to, certainly adhering to those resolutions?
Of course, Hugo. Of course, Hugo. You would see that you would have seen that over the past 18 months or so, the African National Congress, the national leadership, has been going all along to really retune and refine the issue of step aside. And at the center of it, Hugo, is ensuring that we protect the integrity of the organization. We do every other thing possible to ensure that the ANC remain that organization that is wholly an organization that everyone can be proud to associate with. The everyone, our allies all over the world, the people of South Africa can still trust in that organization. And this issue of step aside is one such a critical issue. What is important for us is how do we then ensure that it is applied consistently? How do we ensure that it is when it is applied, it is not viewed to be by other section of our members as if it is made for Donald or it is made for President Ramaphosa and so forth and so on. So important for us, it will be a raging debate as part of the organizational renewal discussion or organizational renewal commission. We will be dealing with that. Branches will input on how they think the step aside must apply. It is non-negotiable that the step aside is a national conference resolution, and we have never spoken about not supporting it as a province. You would know we have always supported the step aside, and I can imagine the regional conferences express themselves on support for the step aside. Of course, they are coming with specific resolutions differing here and there, and when the conference finished, they would have found each other on how they are going to input in the policy conference and lately the national conference as to how they think as a province the issue of step aside needs to be handled.
Donald Selamolela is the ANC Limpopo spokesperson, and he was speaking to us ahead of the ANC Limpopo provincial conference scheduled to kick off at midday today. Thank you for your time.